Hello, hello. If I put this on, it would help. Hello, and happy Saturday. I'm here on YouTube. So Renee, if you want to reach out to my mother who wasn't able to make it and tell her she can watch us live here, and on Facebook. Hello there. How are you? Happy Saturday, everyone. So we're about to get started. I wanted the first few minutes like a little mix and mingle, so people are going to be coming and going. If you didn't know, I am Tina, and I want to thank everyone for coming through today. If you didn't know, this is all in celebration of Jamal Morley Gaines. Not sure if you ever heard of him. If you did, well, today it's all about celebrating his life. And so as we get started here, I just wanted to recognize a few people. I'm going to start with myself. Just to let you guys know, this year was very, very challenging to put this event together. For the past 3 or 4 weeks, I was just like, okay, actually in December, I started working on this. And then all the things that I had to do, like the people and stuff, just started falling by the wayside. And I was like, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. And then my daughter, she's like, Mom, you said you're going to do it. You got to follow through. So she kind of being mean to me. And this is where friends and family and associates kind of help. I don't know if you guys are familiar with an app called Clubhouse. That's like my second home. And I'm a part of this group called Breakfast with Champions. And I'm one of the hosts for their events. And one of the speakers on there, they heard me speaking one morning, because I'm a morning person. I'm going at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was saying how I don't think I'm going to do the event this year because it's stressful, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, he went into his room, started talking to people, and at least 50 people reached out to me. Just like, Tina, you can do this. We have your support. What do you need? What do you need? And I said, I'm not going to cry today, and I'm not going to cry today because I don't want to cry. But 7 years is completion, right? So today, I wanted to recognize the people that set the foundation for this program. And that's some of the men here, the mentors and the mentees as they were there. So things never go as planned, right? Never. Like you tell someone a time, they're never on time, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and just jump right into it because I want to recognize the people. I want to thank the vendors that are here. Of course, my Melissa, who's always faithful. So please make your way over to Melissa for her jewelry over there, which is great. And the Sharing Network. To let you know, if you didn't know, my son was actually an organ donor. If you don't know what that is, when you die and you give your organs up, I never knew that. The way I found out was the day after I got a phone call from the Sharing Network, and they said your son was an organ donor. And I was like, really? Now, Jamal was a regular student, let's just say an average C student. The mayor's in the building. Hello. Renee, can you get the seat for me, please? Anyway, he got it straight A, like he passed his driving test out the door, right out the gate. I was like, wow. And so they told me he was an organ donor. And I was on the phone with them for at least an hour and a half because they said, where his body, the state as it is, we have to get these answers right away. It was very, very challenging. And if you're not an organ donor, I please ask you to, talk to her over there and get some information. At first, I thought it was, I'm not going to say I thought it was a scam. I really didn't understand the Sharing Network, but they've helped me a lot throughout the years, especially during the holidays. They have this thing called, I actually started doing it myself, Hope for the Holidays. For anyone that's lost someone, I've actually been doing it. Also, the NAACP, they're swinging by, but they have a little card up here. So if you're not registered to vote, she said vote. And with that being said, I had the mayor of Rahway in the building and his beautiful wife, who I know so well, and our keynote speaker. But I asked the mayor to come because this is, a tragedy, a traumedy. Traumedy is a word I made up. It's going to be out there soon. Like, get it out. Don't take it. A traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy combine. When these two energies come together, life-changing moments occur. And for me, a life moment, that was my traumedy that night. So the mayor's been doing a wonderful a wonderful job here in Rahway. And I just want to keep it positive because for the longest time, I was like, I hate Rahway. I don't know how to go back. Rahway is amazing. So make some noise. Come up here. Oh, thank you.
So good morning, everyone. Today I had the honor of standing before you to speak about the life and legacy of a young man who was an entrepreneur, and a legend in the sneaker retail business. Molly Gaines was a true pioneer in this field. His legacy continues to inspire and motivate us to this day. Molly had an unwavering commitment to his dream and a deep passion for sneakers. He saw the potential in the sneaker retail industry and knew that he could make a difference and a profit. That's why we're all in business, right? Through his hard work and dedication, Molly showed us that success is not reserved for the elite few. He provided us with the determination and grit. Anyone who was in his position understands how hard it is to open up a business and be successful. But through his grit and determination, he was successful. And it's entrepreneurs like him that change lives and communities. And he did it all in his hometown of Rahway, New Jersey. Molly chose to open up his store, the East Coast Boutique, in the very city where he grew up. And he was committed to giving back to the community every day he was on this earth. He knew that his success was not just his own, but belonged to his community and his family. Molly's legacy lives on in every sneaker retail shop that opens its doors, not just here in Rahway, but in the surrounding communities as well. We all know they were inspired by Molly's vision. His vision and passion for sneakers and entrepreneurship has inspired countless individuals to pursue their dreams and take risks. He was a true trailblazer, and his impact on the culture and the arts cannot be overstated. Molly's legacy goes beyond his success in the sneaker retail industry. His family has been unrelenting in keeping his memory and legacy alive. And they have brought so much positive impact to the Rahway community. It's families like them who inspire me by their example to continue in sharing the legacy of loved ones we have lost that are closest to us. Their commitment to honoring Molly's legacy serves as a reminder that even in the face of tragedy, we can continue to create positive change and impact our communities. Molly's vision and passion for entrepreneurship and community empowerment will continue to inspire us for years to come. And it is up to us to carry on his legacy and make a difference in our lives and the communities that we live in. Unfortunately, Molly's life has been cut short, but his legacy lives on. It is up to us to honor his memory and ensure that he's never forgotten. So today, let's remember Molly Gaines and the incredible impact that he has had on our community and the world. Let us vow to continue his legacy and to strive for success in our lives and communities. Because at the end, it's not how you live, it's not how you're taken from this earth, but how you live when you're here. That's the prepared statement. But this is Ray talking, not the mayor. Tina, you inspire. For those of you who don't know, I recently lost my daughter in September. And you know, as a parent, when you hear that, it's horrifying. But unless you've lived it, you really don't know how horrifying it is. And you know, and I understand why for a while you hated Rahway. I don't blame you. That anger is a part of the grief process. And I stand before you today, a grieving father, and knowing what Miss Tina Wilson is going through day in and day out makes me, I don't know, it's not even inspired. It makes me know that there is a tomorrow, and your strength and your family's strength and keeping your son's memory alive is exactly what I needed to see and I needed to feel. So being here right now, for me, is much more than just giving a speech as mayor. It truly is. So Tina, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak. And you know, I didn't know Molly personally, but I do know individuals that knew him very well, and they speak of his lion heart and how he was an individual that was never going to stop until he succeeded. And I can see where he gets that from. So thank you very much for the time to speak. God bless you.
Wow. Can anyone who's ever lost someone really close to them stand up for me? I just want to look around the room. If it's a mother, a father, a sister, a cousin, and just look around the room to everyone here. Some people are lucky they haven't done that yet. And if you just look at the person next to you, I don't know how the COVID is or whatever, but just realize we all go through something. And I'm here to tell you, you will get through it. It's not easy. You can sit down. It's not easy, but I wanted to, yes, I wanted to bring her up because I remember when I met her years ago, you know, the manager at Jim or something.
I was the manager, regional manager.
Yeah, she always, and then you one too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. Anyway, I was working for her and she was just so kind. And I remember when, you know, you guys came to Rahway, but the loss of a child for a mother is priceless. You know, I don't know, we've all heard of Trayvon Martin, okay? His mother, Sabrina Fulton. It's probably like 3 or 4 years. She does an event called Circle of Mothers. And it's only for mothers who've lost a child. And can I say she's got it on lockdown? Like you can't get in, but she makes us feel so amazing. And if you want, I'll see if I can get you a ticket to come. It's invitation only. It's Mother's Day weekend, like the weekend before or after, because she said nobody knows what a mother feels. Like people say all the time, oh, I'm sorry, but no one will ever know what it feels like. And it's just impactful to be able to, can you imagine being in a room where everyone's lost a child? So they know what you're feeling. And my first year, I was kind of like numbish. And when I was at the event, I was videotaping, I was pictures, and someone stopped me. She said, Tina, sit down right now. Just sit down and be present. Because that's what we do. And I did that for the first 6, 7 years. I just ran. Like the following week, the next day, I was like, we gotta open the store. And I'm like, Tina, yes. I said, Jamal wants the store open. Open the store the next day after that. Like I was like, we have to push through. But that's not good. Here to share with you guys, 7 years later, this past summer in August when I was here, let's just say it all just came to me. Like that is because I didn't cry at the funeral at all. And it's make you guys laugh. I bought some really expensive Versace glasses. Because I'm like, I'm gonna be in front of everyone, I'm gonna cry and look good. I didn't put the glasses on once. Why? Because I was so busy supporting other people. They needed it. You know, so it's not about me. All the children that came, we had it at the funeral at Agape Center, and people were just like falling out. I'm just like, low key, I was a little upset. I'm like, dude, you didn't even know him like that. But I realized he had relationships with other people that I didn't even know about. You know, so I'm just here to tell you, you are strong. We can't question God, even though, you know, me and God were wrestling for a minute. I was like, really? You know, so you have those days where you hate God. It's like, why we can't question God? But I say we're the lucky ones because we got those 22 years, those 21 years. How many months, Chris Cynthia, your child? 20 days? Oh, no. How old was she? 11 and a half months. We're talking about how long we had our children. And someone said to me once, you know, not to say you're lucky, but we're not promised tomorrow. God, not sounding all churchy, I'm just telling you what people told me. And at first it was like, I was just like, you don't really know what I'm feeling. But
all right.
God's children, I guess.
Love you, Mom.
Am I rambling? If she was here, she'd be like, shut up. That's my daughter, Divinity.
You can ramble as much as you want. Tina, to your point, you really don't understand the network that your child has. Because the same thing similar at Bella's funeral, that I've met people that I never met before in my life, and they were sharing stories with me about the impact that my daughter, positive impact my daughter had on their lives. And I'm sure you experienced the same with Molly's funeral, individuals you've never even seen before, that you said, you know, you were grieving, and then as a mother, you're like, who's this individual? But not realizing that your child had such an impact on that individual's life. And in their short time here on this earth, they had had impact. They have had an impact of individuals that lived 100 years.
And it's because of you, what you've done. Would you like to share a story that someone shared with you about your daughter?
Let's tell her. Yeah.
So I'm at my daughter's funeral, and this lady comes up to me with her child. Young woman was probably no older than senior in high school, maybe freshman in college. And she goes, my daughter was a freshman at Union Catholic when your daughter was a senior, and my daughter was a part of this like mentorship program for incoming students. She goes, my daughter was having anxiety so much to the point where we were going to put her on medication. Going to a new school, it was very frightening for her. Your daughter made it so welcoming that not only did she get over that, she thrived. And I contribute your daughter's engagement and interaction with her early on that made her high school career so successful. And, you know, when I heard that, and countless stories like that, but, you know, it was really just about the kindness that my daughter was about, you know, how when she met an individual, she wanted to make them feel welcome. She wanted to make them feel at home. She wanted to make them feel included. And that was very special to me to hear that story. And it was tough for me to stand up there for however many hours it was and meet countless amounts of people, but it was worth it because I got to hear things about my daughter I never knew. So thank you for the opportunity to speak.
And at the funeral, my daughter was always very, very kind. In fact, we found this little project she did in high school about herself, and each day I guess they would have a new topic. One of them was about her name, and she basically said, I never like to see anyone sad. I always will do anything for a friend or a family member. So she wrote this on herself, so she was very aware of the person she was. When I said the kindest person you ever meet, that was my daughter. So because I just know all of the things that she wanted to do, she loved children. She wanted 6 of them, which I told her, oh, you're fucking crazy. Let it go.
I told her to pay for the first one.
Yeah. Like, you're crazy. We actually just got the paperwork back. We opened up a Bella Kind Foundation. At the funeral, my best friend was like, remember to be kind, but not just kind, Bella Kind, and it kind of stuck. So we are opening up a foundation to keep her memory alive, because I will never, ever forget her. And I know all of the things that she would have wanted to do for our community. So we are going to do it for her in her comeback. So thank you so much. And
Because I told you I was like, I'm not gonna come. And it's not about me. This is your first time speaking, right?
yes.
It's very hard to speak after something crazy like that. And, you know, for everyone that's in the room, just realize the darkness is where you get your strongest. And you guys are amazing. I hate to say it, you know, you got lucky. You're part of my club now. You're a warrior woman. You're a warrior woman. Get the round of applause. I hope you can stay in your Awesome. So I didn't even, know that was gonna go there, but we're just going with the flow. Divinity Gaines, that is my daughter. It's 11:44. Oh, she's smiling. She's ready to rock and roll. She's got a whole to do. She wants you to see her face, so I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see her face.
Something. I don't know if you can hear me. That's the only not bad part about this thing, but once you take me off, I can't see if you can hear. I don't know if you can hear me. So if you can text me and let me know, that will be great. Ugh, this is awkward. We can hear you. You can hear me. Okay. Hello everyone. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for sharing. I'm here in Los Angeles, California, and if you ever heard the song It Never Rains in Southern California, they lied. It's it's literally pouring here. We're getting flash flood warnings. People are like freaking out, and I'm like, in my mind I was like, I'm not coming to New Jersey because I'm going to escape the bad weather. And here I am in LA with the crappy weather. So you cannot run from anything. You can try to continue to put things on your bookshelf, but one way or another, you're going to have to face it. I'm going to start this by playing a song. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm just going to play a song that we created 7 years ago. We were in the car. My mom's texting. I see bubbles. We can see you. Okay. We were in I think, I'm going to take a breath. We were in the car driving. This is a couple days after we found out about my brother's passing. We were in the car driving. Maybe this is after we saw his body. And my mom, she always wants me to dance. She's been wanting me to dance. Just anytime there's a show, she's like, you're going to dance. And in my mind, I'm like, no, I really don't want to dance. So she was like, at the funeral, you're going to dance. And I was like, I can't even breathe. How can I dance? So we were in the car driving and she says that. And I was like, you know what? I think that we should create a song to this Drake song. It's called Legend. And my mom, my brother's girlfriend at the time, Tatiana, her mother was in the car. And we created this song. And we literally went to the studio that night and we created this song. So I'm going to play it. And I've never actually danced out loud to this song. And when I was in the shower the other day, that's when I get my best ideas. The song came to me and I was like, I want to move a little bit in the shower. So today, right now, I'm going to play the song. My mom will probably cry. So Renee, Pete, if somebody's close, just kind of like hold her a little bit. Because when she hears this song, it makes her a little emo. But I'm going to play it. Mom just text me to let me know if it's going or not. And I'm going to move my body a little bit. Let me know if you can hear it. Yes. All right, I'm going to play it back. When I pull up on these haters, tell them hold up, back. I'm too good with these words, watch me go and backtrack. If I die, all I know is I'm a lion-hearted legend. It's too late for my city, I'm the youngest out here rapping. Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. I'm the one. Why do I feel like the only one? Why do I feel like you owe me one? East Coast Boutique, I'm the only one. Yeah, you know what's up. They've been off for a minute now. You know they all sentimental now. You know they all acting different now. And I just can't pretend, seen too much. It's so hard for me to let new people in Broadway, packed in the East Coast. They don't know who we are. F them all, they only weak peasants shooting at the start. Right or wrong, I'ma right my wrong. They can't live this long. You don't know where you're gonna go. I got this game mapped out strong. When I pull up on these haters, tell them all to back. I'm too good with these words, watch me go and backtrack. If I die, all I know is I'm a lion-hearted legend. It's too late for my city, I'm the youngest out here rapping. Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. I'm the one. Oh yeah. I don't like it. Mom, can you text me and let me know what's going on right now? You're good. We're good. I don't know if you could see me move or how big this screen was, but I'm gonna catch my breath. Thank you all for allowing me that moment to just move. Today I want to talk about drawing a line in the sand. My mom briefly spoke about her defining moments and she called them traumatides, but for me, it was the moment when I drew the line in the sand is when I was able to fully step into my purpose and understand the greater picture of all these things. When my brother passed away, I was 23 years old. I was a Nick City dancer living Hello. Hi. I'm at the yoga studio and someone just walked in. No, come live your life. Come live your life. I was in the middle of a speech. But when this, yeah, I was drawing a line in the sand. For me, it came a moment in time where I had to decide, do I want to continue to still hate Rahway? Do I want to still continue to be angry? Do I want to continue to feel depressed? Do I want to continue to indulge in substances and alcohol and drugs? Do I want to continue to be in an abusive relationship where I'm getting my butt kicked? Do I want to continue to stay in a high stress environment that's causing my my hair to actually fall out? I literally developed alopecia in my hair. And I would be dancing at Madison Square Garden. And before we go out to court rehearsal, I would take my mascara and I would be coloring my bald spots in. No one around me knew, because what they saw was like this girl that had it all together. But little do they know, siblings are usually the forgotten mourners. We're always like the mom, the dad. But what about the siblings? Like for me and my brother, we are less than 2 years apart. That was like my actual literal twin. And when he was taken from me, I shouldn't say taken from me, when he had to make his transition, it had affected me in a way that almost like paralyzed me. And like I said, it made me depressed, indulge in alcohol, just do all these weird things. And I had to draw a line in the sand. And I remember one day I was running down the street and I just felt like something just kicked me in my back. And I just fell to my knees and I was like, God, please. Like, I've always had faith in you. And I know that I just want to understand more of you and understand what it means to find love. And that's when I had this defining moment and these breakthroughs. And I decided to move to LA. And I'm so I don't want to say healed, but I feel like I have a really solid tool belt that helps me in these moments when I feel down and depressed. I was reading the Bible last night because it's hard for me to go to sleep because I was anxious about this here. And I was reading the Bible, and I decided maybe 2 weeks ago that I wasn't going to come to New Jersey, just because after I leave, I'm back in LA, and I for the past 6 years, I've just been depressed every February. So I'm trying to reprogram my brain. And I was like, this year, we're not doing it. We're going to try something different. So we drew the line in the sand there. And I was reading my Bible and I came across a scripture. It was John chapter 9, verse 9. And in the scripture, he said that Jesus said, he pretty much said, like, where are my notes? Because I don't want to lie. He said, he said again in Matthew chapter 13, verse 54, and Jesus took no offense to what was happening, because only in his hometown and in his household is a prophet without honor, saying that Jesus was doing all this work, bringing light to different people, but in his hometown, people did not honor or recognize or believe what he was doing. And that just reminds me of my brother so much, because even in his own hometown, people didn't believe the work. Like, someone out there looked at him and was like, I can't believe that this is actually true. So I'm going to kill you for what you have. And little do they know, or if anybody knows Jesus or my brother or any prophet or anybody of light, like, we are here to be a beacon of light. And light comes into this world, but people love darkness instead of the light. And because of that, their deeds that they do in the dark are evil. But what happens in the dark always comes to the light. And those who live in true light can see plainly God's love. And God is here to love on us, to hug us, even whatever God means to you. Because now I feel like this is new age spirituality, and everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm spiritual, my horoscope, my moon. At the end of the day, there is no moon, no stars, no anything without God. And his love is so strong here for us. And my prayer for all of us is to find that defining moment in your life. Draw the line in the sand where you say, I can forgive, I can heal, I can be a vessel, and I can be the light for other people. And my mom asked me to speak and say, like, what does the Molly Gaines program mean to me? And it means light. The people that we mentor, the people that come into our lives, everyone in this room, we are light, and we're all brought here for a reason to continue to carry that light and twinkle, twinkle like the little stars we are. And we take Bella, what was it? I think you said Bella Be Nice, or Bella's Always Nice. You take the Molly Gaines Lionhearted Legend, and you take those stories and you share them with the world. And if we just had just an ounce of courage in us to be the light, we can really just change humanity as we know it. Because not just only in our lives, but around the world, people are suffering. And the more that we heal ourselves and bring light into the world, we can help heal others. With all that being said, I am thankful for all of you. I wish I can be there to give you all a hug, but virtually I'm giving you a hug. I feel your love. Mom, can you tell me something in the chat? I hope that everything I'm saying is getting across. Thank you all for being there for my mom. If we can do a big group hug, and just if you look to your neighbor and say, neighbor, are you looking to your neighbor? Say, neighbor, tell your neighbor, I love you. I love you. You are light. I am light. And that's it. I'm just carrying at this point. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the program. That was so awkward. Mom, can you put yourself back on the screen so I can see everything again?
Was supposed to be coming, but she didn't quite make it. So I'm guessing she's watching this. I don't know if you told her or not. Hi, Brooke! That's my girl, Brooke. All righty. So each year we had a theme or some way of how we would do these events. And what I was going to say to you is what you've already done, which is great. A lot of moms and people who've lost people, they start some type of foundation or something to keep the memories going, and that tends to help a lot. So when we started the program, how did I come up with the idea? That week after, I was hanging out with all of Jamal's friends, and one of his friends said, well, when we were hanging out, he said if he ever died, he wanted a program named after himself. Who does that? Who thinks like that? I said, okay. So the following week, boom, I started the program. I got my nonprofit. I went to actually, I called Mr. Brown first. Who knows where he is? Give him a ring. I know, but he's coming. Because when my son was younger, they had a program called the Mr. Rogers program. And the Mr. Rogers program was just for I couldn't go inside. No woman could go inside. He'd go every Saturday religiously. He just went down the street, and they mentored boys. So young men. So I decided to start the program, but I wanted to design it the way I wanted it. For example, I wanted boys to open the door for ladies, and that's a tie. So I reached out to the public. I went on Facebook. I went on Instagram. I said, hey, I need volunteers. And one of the volunteers, he isn't here. Video of him. He's actually a doctor now. His name is Richard. And he was just a stranger that I met at an event. There was this event called Nordic Illustrated Idol, and I was one of the judges, and he was a singer. And again, when this first happened for me, I had to speak. And therapy for me was Facebook. My daughter would always say, Mom, stop crying on Facebook. Because I was always on Facebook. That was my thing. But I realized everyone was going through something. So people were consoling me. They were writing. I was like, yeah, thank you. Yeah, and then I get mad and I'd be screaming, you murdered! So I was a hot mess. I look at some of that stuff now. Scary. So I started the program and I went to the middle school, and they said children that are in the grades of 7th to 8th grade, they're either going to go down a good road or just start going downward. That's where you want to catch them. So we had an assembly, we had the guidance counselor get the kids together, and we chose some boys. This was 7 years ago. That's 2 of them right there that started with the program with us. And that's some of the mentors, because it took a lot. So Richard was the very first one, and then Daryl over there, so make you guys laugh. Cooking. So there's a center in Rahway. I forget what it's called. You remember Daryl? You went whitewater rafting with us, right? Yes. Did you remember when he fell in the water? So my goal was to give these children an experience they never had before. Now, all I knew from the Mr. Rogers program was they played basketball and ate. So when I cooked, I thought my cooking was fine. Okay, those boxes of cereal, and you just pour the water in, the milk in it. That's what I would do. But Dad, Tina, we can't do that. He made pancakes and eggs, sausage. They were like it terrible. But I want to have Elijah come up here and speak. He's one of the mentees that came. Before Elijah comes up, I just want to talk about another person, Javon. He's not here today. He's normally here every single year. When he started, my thing with the children is, what do you want to be? So I'm going to come to you three right here. And Desi in the hallway, what do you want to be today? Most parents say, what do you want to be when you grow up? But why wait till you grown up right now? And this young gentleman, he says, well, I like to cook. I said, well, why don't you start a cupcake factory? So he started Javon's Cupcake Factory. He was selling cupcakes. Now he goes to college in New York. He wasn't able to come today. But my thing is, I want each child, what is your special gift? Did you know that God put a special seed inside you? The faith of a mustard seed. Someone can come up here and preach about that if they want to as well. But pretty much you just have to have a little bit of faith and you can do anything. So that's what he did. With that being said, Elijah, every time he would come on Saturdays, Miss Tina, I gotta go to a funeral. I gotta leave early. Miss Tina, I gotta go to a funeral. I gotta leave real early. Yes, I'm here early. How you doing? How you doing? So when you say focused, I was just like, and he must, how old are you now, Elijah? 19? So 7 years ago, would be 12, yes? Wow, can you imagine a 12-year-old talking about, I gotta go to church. I got a funeral, all right? It's just like, is that okay? But anyway, I want Elijah to come here because he's another one who helped me a lot this year. He went to the middle school, he went to the high school, because I don't live in Broadway anymore. And it's very challenging. People will talk, yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that. But he actually got printed, got stuff printed, went there. With that being said, make some noise for Elijah. He's really There you go.
Good morning, everybody.
Just gotta turn your volume up on your throat. Go ahead.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Want to try it? It's on. Yes.
I would like to thank each and every one of you for coming out today. I'm honored to be asked to get up here to speak, and I'm thankful for Ms. Tina honoring me and Ms. Renee putting this wonderful event together. So let me just get right to the gist. I would like to start off with my favorite quote: "Take your victories, whatever they may be. Cherish them. Cherish them and use them, but don't settle for them." So today, beloveds, I will take this victory. As a young child who struggles socially and academically, it is still hard to fathom just how far I have come. Through my academic challenges and through the obstacles that life has thrown my way, I stand before you today as a first-generation college student pursuing my dreams of becoming a licensed funeral director and someday a senior pastor. Through all of this, I continue to get up every day to put God first and perseverance. I know that many move obstacles and my way will come. You must be challenged, and settling is never satisfying, but hindering you from reaching your greatest potential. So I want to leave you all with this today, that no matter how hard life gets, just keep moving.
Something for you. Hold on. I told you guys Divinity usually does all this wonderful stuff then. So, I got you here. All right. All righty, moving right along. I'm still here. We are still live. All right, so that is Elijah. Daryl, are you ready, Daryl number one? This is Daryl number one. These guys went to high school with me. And again, the power of networking. And I just want you to share why you decided to jump on board and support and help and all that great stuff. And make sure you talk about falling in the water.
How's everyone doing? It's a real, it's an honor to be up here. But to be recognized for doing something that you love to do, you know, for me, I don't need the accolades. It's joyful for me. You know, growing up in Newark, I knew firsthand that it takes a village to raise a child. I was raised by a single mother who constantly worked. So I needed my village. My village kept me out of a lot of trouble. Trust me when I tell you. So staying out of trouble and keeping my head on straight, I was able to move in the field of law enforcement. Well, I did 25 years as a police officer in Newark. So I saw firsthand how kids can get lost, whether it's in the system, whether it's in the streets, whether it's to drugs or worse. See, my phone won't stay on. So I was grieving with Tina when she lost her son. And I found out on Facebook when she was reaching out for mentors. I said, well, this would be a great opportunity for me to give back. And I reached out and was one of the first guys to help out with the program. I didn't know what my job was. I just showed up and whatever Tina said do, I did. And after about a couple of weeks, she was like, look, you're supposed to be doing this together. You need to input a little more. I need some initiative from you. What do you want to do? I said, well, first of all, you got to stop that nasty breakfast. You know, these boys are growing. They come in here, they playing basketball. These boys are hungry. I said, let me bring in my griddle. I could do pancakes, sausage, eggs, the whole bit. So we started doing that. So my Saturdays was dedicated to this program. And I enjoyed it so much that I brought my son. And my son became part of the program. So I could teach him what it means to give back, because we all should do that, right? So the breakfasts, the trips, whitewater rafting. Yes, I did fall in the water. Nobody jumped in to help me. But the importance of spending time with these young men. Grooming them, you understand what I'm saying? Helping them to understand what it is to be a man. Look someone in the eyes and shake their hand. Your belt goes like this. I'm going to teach you how to tie your tie, how to respectfully talk to somebody. Open the door when you see a lady coming through. Things of that nature, because our goal was to create a family orientation for these children, these young men, I should say. We did everything from arts projects to dance classes, carpentry, just show them they can accomplish what they can be. And I've had some of my best times with these young men, because they made me better. My son made great friends in this program that he still talks to this day. So, that said, thank you guys again, Tina, Molly Hayes Foundation. It was great.
Ha! Look at all the lovely faces. Thank you very much. And we have a wonderful photo booth back there. I want everyone to take a picture with me before they go. I would love that. All right, so that was Elijah. I saw much in the front, Elijah. I know you got your fan base back there. Elijah has his fans in the building. Woo woo! All right. So like I said, we've had different mentors come in and come and go. Mindy's gonna play a video for us. I would love to show you guys. And we're gonna show it a few, not yet. And it's from the beginning to the end. So I have some of you cooking. They look so cute. Let me tell you in a nutshell. I'll explain. Oh. So a couple of the mentors we had there. And are you ready to say a little something? A little something, something. Come on up here. Let's go. It's funny when I was reviewing all the photos and everything, I was like, oh my gosh, these kids. Just say a little something. Just say, what did you like best about the program? And introduce yourself.
Can y'all hear me do this? Or should I?
Just
Alright. So
get the bass in the voice. You had it off. That's why.
Is this better?
Yes.
Alright, so my name is, nice to meet everyone. My name is Kwalik. It's an honor to be up here with this team and having me speak. Thank you very much. One of my favorite things about the Molly Games program was the brotherhood that went on in the early mornings, going to the little center by Dairy Queen, playing basketball, the guest speakers that she had come in there, and it was just like something new. Like, I'm kind of freestyling right now, so bear with me. But it's like growing up younger, it's been hard. I lost my father when I was younger, so I never really knew my mother, so it's been rough just coming up. And then I feel like this was just an opportunity to stay on the right path. Always had great people around me, and the Molly Games program has helped me become the young man that I am today. And Jamal actually inspired me when I was younger. Just watching him with his sneaker store, I was like, always went into sneakers. So he inspired me. I actually run a clothing brand with my brother, and then I run a personal one, my own line. And I've always been in the sneaker and stuff. So yeah, he kind of inspired me to just take that extra step and get out my comfort zone and to start something new. I just want to say thank you for having me up here. It means a lot.
I need a photo. Here we go. Look at you. Thank you, Mindy. All right, so it is 12:13. Let's have Daryl number 2 up here, and then we'll have our video after that. Daryl number 2 went to school with me as well, and he builds homes and construction, all that sort of stuff. So he had them. I'll let you explain what he did with them. Give it up for Daryl.
What's up? Hey, what's going on, people? Hey, what's going on, people? Hey. There you go. Listen, this is I'm honored to even be here to see what's happened from a tragedy. You know, I listened to everything that was being said, and I remember when it all happened, and I remember going into the store and cleaning and. Yeah. And as I was there cleaning, I was thinking, like, man, Jamal came with me on different job sites. We talked, you know. He was like, man, I would love to own a store. I'm like, man, you can do it, you know. I'm really big on that. And when I found out that he actually did it, I walked in the store. I was like, oh. I saw the emblem on the floor. I'm like, yo, how you do that, you know? I'm a carpenter, and I remember going back to the beginning when some of the some of the young men, I had picked up some little small hammers. I was so amped. I was souped up. She said, "Can you come and teach them some carpentry skills?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, cool, yeah." So I bought like 15 hammers, pouches, Home Depot, and we went to the school, and I was petrified because I had to saw, you know, and all I saw was hands getting cut off. You know, I'm like, Lord Jesus, insurance, Jesus. So they had the little hammers. I'm like, listen, y'all cannot hit each other with these hammers. You know, they were like, yeah, man. But it was so exciting. All they made was little picture frames. Something simple. you know, but they were so amped. They were so wired up, like, yo, yeah, look at mine. Mine look better than yours, you know? But it was so exciting to see these young prints. And I realized how much is needed. You know, we need more people to show them that there's another way, you know, and to show them don't have any fear. Don't have any fear. It doesn't exist. Don't have any fear. If you can think it, you can do it. This is a true testimony right here in itself. To see you with the clothing line, to hear this, and to see the dreams and the visions, you know, real quick, get your vision boards together. I tell many young people that I talk to, and it's true, it works. And I can prove it. I can prove that a vision board works. You say how? How? Thank you. Y'all gotta talk back to me. I'm crazy. But this is how I can prove it works. Anybody got cell phones? You got cell phones? Hold them in your hands. You got them? Whether it's the flip phone or whatever it is, you two holding your hand. Now, with this cell phone, that came from a person's mind. They put it on a blueprint, on a piece of paper. They looked at it and said, okay, I want it to be 3 inches wide, looked at the paper, 5 inches high, I want to be able to do this, looked at the paper, and now you have a cell phone. A blueprint is just a vision board. I'm a builder, okay? I build homes and everything else under the sun. Look at this building. It came from a person's mind. It came from a person's mind on a blueprint. That person looked at the blueprint and started building a wall. I want it 20 feet long, 12 feet high. Lo and behold, we're in the building. The clothes you have on, a blueprint, a vision board. So if that applies to everything we have here, then it applies to your life. Think positive. This is all because of a vision that Jamal had. And we're celebrating here. So it wasn't in vain. Look at all the good that's come out of the entire situation. So that person that took his, he didn't win. Jamal won. Okay? Give yourselves a hand. Okay? But Tina, anything I can do, hit me up. Done. Love you guys. Peace.
I have a special request. Dee Dee said you have to sing something. She's watching me here and she said you have to sing. So you didn't get away with it. You didn't get it. I told you went to a performing arts school. It's a vocal major. So. Gotta sing something for us.
I'm gonna sing some gospel.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
I'm gonna sing some gospel though.
Yeah.
We got a pastor here. You wanna take him offering though? Here we go. I've had some good days. I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around and think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days, and I won't complain. Sometimes the clouds hang low. I ask the Lord to see them go. And I ask the question, Lord, why so much pain? But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see. But I'll just say thank you, Lord. I'll stand up tall and say thank you, Lord. And I'll just say thank you, Lord, and I won't complain. Because God's been good to me. He so good to me. More than you or this world could ever be. He's been so good to me. He dried my tears away. Turn my midnight into day. So I'll just say thank you, Lord. Hold my head up high and say thank you, Lord. Yeah. And I'll say thank you, Lord, and I won't complain. Love you guys. Peace.
You did it, you did it.
Girl, you did it. Yes.
Thank you, Mindy. All righty. Woo, woo. So I prepared a video because again, as I mentioned, it's been 7 years. I can't believe it has been 7 years. And if someone can hit the lights in the back, it's not that clear, but we did the best we could. So you can go ahead and start it. It's fine, I'll put it there. Oh, you need to stand, right? All right, go ahead. So it's from like 7 years to now, so I will be commentating as the video is going. And if you have your phones right now, I would love a picture. Tag me in it on Instagram, Tina Wilson or the Molly Gaines program, either one. You might see we have different vending tables and things like that going on. Let me put this here so we can see the board. It's over there. You can just press play and let it start.
You're invited to come and celebrate the life of
You can play it.
Molly Gaines. This year, we're doing a recognition program to highlight all the mentors and help support the program. You also have an opportunity to buy one of our new Molly Gaines shirts.
If you didn't get a shirt, grab a shirt. What's your Instagram?
My Instagram?
No, I was talking to her. Where's the volume? That's Daryl. Not sure if you can see it. I will be commentating. That's Daryl number 1. That's Richard. He's now a doctor. He actually started the program with us. We have beautiful sunlight in here. That's why it's very hard to see the screen. That's you. Can you guys see it at all? It's just like a waist. It's a waist. Okay, so I think we're gonna nixnay this and then just tag you on.
Mom,
Yes?
do people have AirDrop? Do people have iPhones? Like, how is that saved on your phone? Is it a
It's
file on your computer?
It's on YouTube.
Oh, well, everybody could watch it on YouTube at the same time.
Okay, so
Everyone has a phone.
everyone have your phone? Okay, stop it. Because I put a lot of work into this.
Yeah, tell them to go. Give them the name.
See, that's why we need my daughter here. Yeah. All right, go to YouTube and hit Molly Gaines program. Let me check myself to make sure. So let's all go to YouTube. YouTube.
I got it for myself.
Mally Gaines. All right, there we go. Okay, not 26 minutes. We don't want that one. Oh, we're live now. I don't think maybe we can.
No, you
There
can
it
exit.
is.
Oh,
It says February 25th. Do you guys see that there?
Yeah.
It's
wait for me.
Wait.
What is
You
the
guys see-
title?
No? February 25th, 2023. That's the title of it.
Oh, I see it.
Maybe I can play it from here. It'll be
You don't have
louder.
to play it on here. Just have people play it all at the same time.
Do that from here, right?
Mom,
Yes.
what's happening?
I'm playing the video.
Oh, sorry.
So this is Daryl number 1 of Just Well, that's you, Daryl number 2. It's just a bunch of pictures. Mr. Elijah in the building. And I just wanted to highlight, this is the first parade we did. Broadway has a parade every year. So we actually got into Miles' truck, and they decorated the truck, and they left the battery on, and left the battery on. I'll be at the parade. So the battery right there, they went out to the truck. This is afterwards. Front. Looks like I took a lot of pictures of the day. I found that. Oh, that's Daryl cooking. I found it. Young men. They love the outreach. Daryl, number 2, we're talking about vision board. This is the actual setup. We went out for a day. We went out to pick up some like, you know, oh, what I was saying, I know a lot of people in here, they haven't really done stuff before. So being a part of the program really helps them out. Makes it good. So, you can come to every day. It's a workout video. You have to work out. And if someone's talking how to play chess, and that's me and some of the young men. This is when we did vision boards. The school donated supplies, so we did vision boards with them, explaining what it was. What'd you say? Yeah, we had a basketball tournament. It was vicious, let me tell you. That was one of the events my daughter led, and it was vicious. It was wild. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's one of the days when they were making ties, teaching how to tie. It seemed to move much quicker on my phone when I made it. And back then, the mayor supported as well as the mayor. Oh, we did a mother-son dance. That's another thing we did. We always had father-daughter dance. So we had a mother-son dance at the school. So we dressed up, mom dressed up, and we came out. We had a little dance. Mr. Brown, do you remember that? Yeah, that's Mr. Brown, guys. He's the one who was the program that Jamal was in, and actually I feel like this is so long. With as we're watching this, just, you know, if you're a parent, just give it a follow. Well, that's you, Derek. You like it? Oh, and we gave them an award ceremony too, like today. We went to the middle school and we actually gave them awards for doing really showing up on time. And this is the whitewater rafting trip. Look at that previous one. Let's just say they didn't like the tents away. Oh, I think the question's falling in. And I'm not going to apologize for it. Because I think it's okay. All right. I know this is super Hold on. Here is my okay. It is what it is. This is a white Okay, we got about 30 seconds. Thank you for your patience. Oh, and then when I took this to Black Panther, did you go with us? Look at your face. So I took them to the fabric store and I made them like that fabric and then they made like bow ties and all that sort of stuff. He looks so cute. I think that's it. You know. All right, guys, that's the video that I made. So the 7 years, I'm gonna tell you, I thought it was making it I was like, yeah. It looks like it's almost 2 years. Oh, all right. So we have a special performance, guys. I'm super excited about this performance. I'm going to put this away here. But as I mentioned, I love recognizing people. And if you guys don't know, I run an online fitness boutique studio. And I guess I'm going to share my story really quick, and then we're going to have our singer so we stay on track. And I think some of you know the story, some of you don't. I'm going to get into 5 to 7 minutes with no tears at all, because I feel some people know, some people don't. And I want to get the youngins over here from Trent to Christopher. Forgive me, what's your name again? Zach. Zach took my yoga class when I was teaching Raleigh. He used to come and take yoga all the time. But I wanted to do, and if Desi can come, is Desi ready to come in? Okay. So what I wanted to do is I teach online classes, fitness classes, and a lot of the parents have children. And every time, you know, we're talking, and I hear them talking about their children. And it's like I get to live my life through them. So if you guys, I'll say, send me a picture. They must think I'm crazy or something. I'm like, send me a picture of your kid. Send me a video of your kid. And each child has a special gift that made me think of Jamal. Some of them are not here. Kim, she teaches our classes. Her son is always playing basketball. That made me think about him. And Trent, oh my gosh, Trent is the loving mom, kissing her all the time, and the jokester. That definitely made me think of Jamal. When he was a little boy at home, he would always hug me and kiss me. But then when we got out in public, he didn't know me at all. It was like, yeah. But then when he got older, you know, he started loving me again. And then when I look at Christopher right here, he's so curious, just into everything from science to this to that. And that made me think about Jamal when he was younger too, because he was always getting into trouble doing something. Like, you know, that kid, I just loved it. And oh my gosh, my Deborah's in the building. So I wanted to recognize some of the young children that inspire me to keep me going and keep me smiling. But I just want to share a quick little story with you. I told you like when Jamal was younger, and it comes a point in your life where you get to that point. I'm gonna make it a fact. You will get there where life just feels amazing. Everything is good. And I was at that point, February. You know, as my daughter said, she was a professional dancer. My son had a sneaker store in Rahway. He had a second store in Pennsylvania. 21 years old. Now let me tell you, when he was in high school, actually, when they were younger, they did acting and dancing, all that sort of stuff. But my son wanted to play basketball. Oh my gosh, Brooke, I gotta make you laugh. That's my bestest friend back there. And I was a single mom, and it was extremely hard. I don't say that word, very hard as a single mom to do everything. And one time Jamal had an audition in New York. I'm like, Brooke, can you take him? And she called me, she's like, Tina, it's for Calvin Klein. He's gotta wear a bikini or sweatsuit or, not sweatsuit, swimsuit or something. And we were dying because Jamal was like this skinny. So my point is, someone talked about the village. So all the people in Broadway and around town kind of helped me. So at this point of our life, let me tell you, Jamal, his sister, and myself, it was like we were competing in a good way. Competition is good. Competing to see who could, I don't want to say outdo each other, but just to be better. And we always pushed. I remember one time Dee was going to teach and she didn't have her hair done. And he's like, you can't go out the house like that. You can't look like that. So let's just say we were thriving at this point. And for me, I was in my late 40s and I was in the best shape of my life. Ladies, if you're over 40, you know how hard that is, right? Okay, can I say like the best? Like I might have done a bodybuilding competition. Anyway, everything was good in my life. And this Friday night, I woke up 4 o'clock in the morning, normal, went to New York Sports Club. My girl, Deborah, I saw her walk in the door. I don't know where. Deborah back there was with me that morning because we were like, I don't know what we called ourselves, but we were just in the gym screaming. And that day went on, and later on in the day, I'm out and I get a phone call from my daughter. Actually, I got another call saying something happened to Molly, but I kind of ignored it because if you're a parent of a teenager, it's always something, right? And like, I'm not gonna worry about this. So Dee calls me and she's screaming on the phone, get to Rahway now, something happened to Molly. I'm like, okay, I gotta go. I just ran out the door and I start driving down the highway. And I'm going fast and I'm calling the police station, I'm calling the fire departments, I called their father, nobody's answering, they don't know where he is. I even called the mayor of the town because I'm like, what is going on? And nobody would tell me anything. I knew nothing. So when I get to Rahway, they told me to go to the police station. I don't know why. I went there, they didn't tell me anything. So I said, you know what, I'm going to the shop. Because you're a parent, you're gonna go where your kid is, right? My son pretty much lived, I repeat, pretty much lived in that shop. He was there all the time. So I go down the street, whatever this street is, I don't know, help me out somebody. Irving Street. I'm driving down the street and the entire block is blocked off with yellow tape. Were you there that night? With yellow tape. Come here, my love. Because I just need that support on my side. Tell everyone your name because I see you over there. Did you know Molly? Yeah. Tell them your name. Charisma. This is Charisma. So yeah, I need the support here. So I get there, and I see all this yellow tape, and I'm just like, okay, something must be going on. So I get out the car, and Dee Dee's still on the phone with me because remember, she's at Madison Square Garden. So I just start running down the street, and I'm like, and Dee Dee's screaming, what's going on? And I run, and I go to pull the door open to the shop, and a police officer just grabs me from behind. And he's like, you can't go in there. Again, nobody's telling me anything. So I'm walking around, where's my son? And I just see people like this. Everyone's just looking like this. So I was like, that's it. So I just stopped the police officer, it was a man and a woman. And I looked at him in his eyes and I said, where is my son? And he looked at me and he said, I'm sorry, miss, your son is dead. That was the beginning of my trauma. Let's just say I threw the phone down, I started screaming. I'm just like, this can't be real. So it's 20 degrees outside. It's very, 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 very cold. And I said, well, can I at least see him? And they said, sure. So I said, okay. So I stood outside. Again, tons of people outside, no one's saying anything. Dee Dee finally comes from New York because she had to take the train. Now she did a live, and Dee Dee's like her brother, so she'll make something funny. And you'd have like, how can you laugh in a moment like this? But hearing her story, she said she was on the train coming from New York, and the entire time, again, she's close to her brother, she's screaming on the train. And she's like this on the train, and they're like, are you okay, miss? Like they wanted to stop the train. And she's like, don't stop the train. Now she had all of her uniforms with her. You know anything about the Knicks? The uniforms are like $1,000. So she's like, she could not leave it anywhere. So she's running down the street. She said she threw her shoes in someone's backyard. And then I see her come running down the street. And then she just, I thought they were going to arrest her that night. Because she's ripping the yellow construction, and we were out there because I wanted to see him. So what happened? At about 9:10, him and his friends were in the back of the shop. And how do I know this? Because the next day I saw the video. Because the owner of the building had everything recorded. So you're gonna think I'm crazy. I was looking at the video the next day and I started smiling and I was cheering. I was like, yes, because he did not just fall out. Pretty much they came to the shop, they knocked on the door and they said, police. And if you're raising a black man, you're gonna tell him, beware of the police, do what you're supposed to do. And that's what he did. He said, open the door. And when they opened the door, there were two men there with masks on their face. One of them had a stumi, whatever you call those things, combat. I know because I watched the video like 7 times in hopes that I could figure out who it was. Can't tell you how many times I was in Broadway like this, like trying to find out who did it. But we saw the video, and we still today don't know who did it. They came in, and my son saw them. Now, he was blind in one of his eyes, I think, I don't know, because he went back and forth. I told you he went through a lot in his life. And in the video, you see all the guys sitting in the shop, and everyone runs out. What does Jamal Gaines do? Takes his cup, throws it in the guy's face, and just starts attacking them. Now, the door where they were closes, but there was another video on the inside where they were fighting. And you see him fighting the one guy, and the other guy shoots him in the shoulder. And then they scurry out the door. Now, later on, from talking, sometimes police officers accidentally say stuff. So, because when I saw Jamal, he looked so beautiful in the casket. We actually got him cremated. I think he's here somewhere, maybe not. Oh, he's right there. Yeah, that's my sonny boy over there. Let me tell you, for the first year, he stayed in the back seat. No one was there. I had his poster, like he's in the back. But anyway, yes, and when he was in the coffin, he was laying there, he looked so beautiful. Anyone remember the name of the funeral parlor that did the service? What is it? I think so. Can I say they did it? Petty Davis? Okay. They did a beautiful job. I was like, wow, you look good. But his sister said he looked mad, but he had scratches on his face. So I said to the police officer, hello, if they scratched him, don't you have like the stuff from under the nails? I mean, I'm not FBI or anything. And then in the video, you see the guy scuffling on the floor for something. And I said, what is he doing? Oh, he's picking up the gun. Hold on, wait a minute. So you have fingerprints and you have stuff from under their nails and you don't know who did it, and you have video? And the house where they parked the car, you know how people have those videos on the outside? It was all recorded. So you can see them get out their car, you can see them hop the fence. Let me tell you guys, when it first happened, let's just say the first few years, I was not nice to the police in Broadway. I was like, in their face, just it was not a pretty sight. And I say that to say it took all this time for me to push through and realize it's not about me, it's about helping other people. Like I said, I don't want to be here. And for the friend, and let me tell you, like the mayor was saying, I can't tell you all the people that reached out to me, not even in New Jersey, but in other states, because he sold sneakers everywhere. One girl said she opened up her nail salon because he inspired her. Another one said, I went back to college because of you. And things that Divinity and myself have done, each year, February, we do something to honor him, to remember him, because I'm like, I don't want his death to go in vain. And it's just like, I'm looking at her right now, I'm not gonna cry. But it makes me feel really good that I probably did an okay job raising him. Being a single mom can be pretty challenging. So over the years, I got to thinking of all the stuff we've done in the past 7 years, because as a parent, and as I said, you can either go into a ball and give up, or you can push through. And that night when that police officer said that, I was like, okay, Tina, you gotta man up. The guy, Corey, he's not here. A lot of the men that were in the room that night, it's very hard for them because they were there, and they ran and they feel, and I said, no, and I told him, don't be upset, you should have run. And one of the kids, he was, oh my gosh, Corey was huge back then. He was big. He came out crying and he just pretty much fell on top of me because he was there with Jamal when he was dying. He said he was scooping the blood out of his mouth. And I was super pissed because the shop was there and the police, is always at Broadway Bank right there. So I'm like, how long does it take to get there? But I don't question it. Everything happens for a reason. So with that being said, I want all of us to embrace one another and give back and push. And okay, here we go. So Sharing Network. He was an organ donor. Yes. Thank you, Chris. You look great. He was an organ donor, and I believe that was something to teach people to give back. And you can speak after they sing. And we have our program. With the program, every February we've done an event, either a vending event. Melissa's always come. She used to work out with me when I first started teaching classes. We've also done things in August where we had basketball tournaments. We've also, like Daryl said, took them whitewater rafting. My daughter and I wanted a sense of love and community, just things that Jamal loves to do. So I got books there for you guys because we have a speaker coming up later, so you guys can take great notes. With that being said, I'm going to close my little spiel here with, again, thank you guys so very much, because I know you didn't have to come here on a Saturday, and it warms my heart because I was just like, okay, I'm never going to do this again. I'm not doing it. Is this, like, what's the purpose? Is this really making a difference? How is it? And I think it is. I hope it is. With that being said, we have we have some singers, Barbershop Quartet. Heidi, you want to come here and explain what that is exactly? Heidi? She's like, she doesn't even know what I'm talking about. Yes. Can you tell us what that's all about? They can all come up with you. Yes, yes. So we have a little entertainment, and then I have some new people I want to recognize, and then we have little snacks in the back. But here's what you want. Oh. If you can stand here so they can see you, that'd be great.
Hi, can you hear me? Because I know this is kind of not very loud. And I'm really not the best at public speaking because you put a mic in front of me and I'm really not that comfortable. But, so, shall I scream? Okay, so we are Jersey Airs. We are a barbershop quartet, and our group has been around since 1950s. 1950. We used to be at one point a really big barbershop chorus, and now we're always looking for members. So anybody who loves to sing, loves to hear what we have to say or sing, please come up to me and talk to me about it, and I'll get you some information. I'm sorry? We also have a table back there. I have a couple of booklets about the African American roots of barbershop. So there's some information back there that you might all enjoy reading. So yes, I will hand it over to our director and let him continue on with the mic.
I'm not going to say it.
You're not going to say anything? Okay.
Can you, is there something? Oh,
Oh.
it's not. There's a stand. Isn't that where it was?
Oh, okay. All right.
Can you come forward this way so that Carney is not? You're fine. Carney, you can back up a little. Yeah. 1, 2.
We're singing hi neighbor, what do you know and what do you say? Hi neighbor, throw all your worries away. We're here to entertain you in the barbershop style. So throw your cares and troubles aside for a while. We're singing hi neighbor, now's the time to say hi. Now's the time to say hi.
Thank you. As Heidi mentioned, we are the Rahway Valley Jersey Airs. We're just here to sing for you a couple songs and tell you a little bit about barbershop. So barbershop, dates back to basically the mid 19th century, so back to like 1850s, 1860s. And back in the early 1900s, it often was popular music in the day. So it wasn't, the old classics, but it was people singing the songs that they heard out and about. And so we're going to bring you one of those songs from 1906 that was popular in its day, called Wait Till the Sun Shines, Nellie.
On a Sunday morn sat a maid forlorn, with her sweetheart by her side. Through the window pane she looked at the rain. We must stay home, Joe, she cried. There's a picnic too at the Old Point View. It's a shame it rained today. Then the boy drew near, kissed away each tear, and she heard him softly say, wait till the sun shines, Nellie, when the clouds go drifting by. We will be happy, Nellie, don't you cry. Down Lover's Lane we'll wander, sweethearts, you and I. Wait till the sun shines, Nellie, by and by. By and by. Yes, by and
So while barbershop often represents old popular music from days gone by, it takes on a lot of forms nowadays. And one of the areas of music that has shared a lot of overlap with barbershop is gospel and religious music. So we'll share for you a quick song from that tradition called "Shine on Me."
Oh, shine on me in the morning, shine on me. Will the light in the lighthouse shine on me, on me? Shine on me, shine on me. I wonder if the lighthouse will shine on me.
I have to use this. Just my voice is a little cracked. Back in 1929, I don't know if you ever heard of the jazz great Fats Waller. There was a review, off-Broadway review called Connie's Hot Chocolates. And he and another man, they wrote the music for that musical review. So today we'd like to sing the barbershop version of one of his best known hits, Ain't Misbehaving.
Hey, Cynthia. She speaks well.
Anytime I find I'm feeling lonely, and I'm wondering just what I should do, since I know your love is for me only. I'll write this special letter dear to you and only you. You know there's no one to talk with all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Wonderful you, and I know for certain the one I love. I'm through with flirting, it's just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere, what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, that's why I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Yes, I said wonderful you. I'm raving, I'm craving, but I ain't misbehaving. I'm saving all of my love for you. Misbehaving, I'm crazy for you.
Thank you. We have just one more song for you, but before we do that, I'm going to take a moment to tell you a little bit about the barbershop style that you've been hearing. So barbershop harmony is traditionally done with quartets, and it's made up of 4 parts, which are the lead, which sings the melody. And we're going to demonstrate a little bit of what we call a barbershop tag to demonstrate you how each of these parts work. So that's kind of the end of a barbershop song where they go for the big ending. So we often, as barbershoppers, will just sing those with other barbershoppers. They're fun. It's sort of a social activity for us to sing tags and meet people. So I'm going to use that to demonstrate a little bit about what the style is like. And we did have one of our lovely speakers sing a tag with us earlier today. So first I'm just going to demonstrate. Yeah, sure. So I'll just go through it real quick, and then we can have a couple of volunteers up to sing. So
You raise your hand over there.
all right. All right. So for this tag, we'll just start off with the lead part, which is sort of the melody and the simplest part of a lot of tags. So that just goes like this. The words to this tag are just "When I Leave the World Behind," but the lead just says "behind" and holds that for a while other people do other things. So the next part we have is the bass part. And Dylan, would you mind demonstrating that for me real quick?
Or even Derek.
So behind, when I leave the world behind. So that makes up the foundation of the harmony that the other parts kind of build off of. And then we have the tenor part, which is the high harmony that goes above the melody, and Heidi will demonstrate that for us real quick.
Oh, I thought you were going to say yeah. When I leave the world behind.
So that floats on top of the melody throughout the song. And then we have the baritone part, which kind of dances around in the middle between the melody and the tenor and the bass and fills out whatever is needed. So it often sounds a little weird on its own, but we'll have Don sing for you just the baritone part.
When I leave the world behind.
So not very melodic often, but now we'll sing that for you with all 4 parts, and then we could perhaps have a volunteer or two come try it with us. All right, so that's a barbershop. Yeah. Yeah, and if anyone would like to, all you had to do was sing one note for the lead part. You're welcome to come up or just sing from where you are. We'll try that one more time, I guess, with as many people as want to.
Do you want to sing the high part?
Yes.
Do you want to sing the higher part?
Yeah.
Pretty good. All right.
Give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Let's try that with anyone who wants to sing. So if you want to sing the lead part with me, it's just behind. Thank you.
Christopher, awesome.
Thank
Oh my
you.
God, Christopher.
Great singer. A lot of potential here. We've got one more song for you to kind of close things out. But thank you so much for listening to us and having us today. And we hope you enjoyed.
There's a calm surrender to the rush of day, when the heat of the rolling world can be turned away. An enchanted moment, and it sees me through. It's enough for this restless warrior just to play with you. And can you feel the love tonight, tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. Can you feel the love tonight, tonight? How it's laid to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. There's a time for everyone if they only learn that the twisting kaleidoscope moves us all in turn. There's a rhyme and reason to the wild outdoors when the heart of this star-crossed Voyager beats in time with yours. And can you feel the love tonight, tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. Can you feel the love tonight, tonight? How it's laid to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best.
So she said Monday night rehearsals if you want to join.
Rehearsals here Monday night at 7:30.
Who's with me?
It's right here.
Can you hear now, Mommy? The mother's watching. Can you hear me, Mommy? Say something. All righty, guys, we're moving along quickly. So Mr. Brown's gotta go soon. Mr. Brown has given us some gifts for our kiddies. Mr. Brown, coming up here. You said you gotta go quick. As I mentioned, he started the program, the Mr. Rogers, when my son was little, and he supported me this entire time. Watch your step, Mr. Brown. He's always bringing me flowers and wonderful things, and I have some gifts for the kids. You probably know this, but share a little something, Mr. Brown.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. Yeah, it's afternoon. See that? I'll let the morning get away. But what I was doing some things today at home so I could get here. But let me give you a little short story. You know, what happens is that I'm the founder and the director of a program called Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers was a program that was held at the JFK Community Center back in 1996. And what we did, we met this gentleman, Mr. Rogers. He lived then in New Jersey, but he was also from North Carolina. And what we did is at that time, there was a program saying no to drugs. And that was all with kids and things, saying not to get involved with drugs because what it'll do. So we started the program. To keep it short, there was we must have had at least 20 students that we were teaching. And we were teaching them life skills. And they'd come to the center. And we taught all different things about life skills. And I got taught about in life, it says when you do good, you should receive good. But that's the way it is. Life is made for you to say, if you do well, you get well. You study, you do that. But what happened, we had another fella, Molly Gaines, he was only about 2, maybe 4 feet and higher. And that kid, or that student, was very, very competitive in what he did. Now, anything in what we put him in to do with big kids and all, he'd do it. He had friends that he could convince to do things of what he wanted to do. He was always a leader. But what we did, and we noticed that we were all, was 3 of us. We all had businesses. And we had businesses, and he always watched what we were doing and talking about. Because what we did, we told him, when you have a business on your own, you're able to make more money. No doubt about it. Because what happens when you have a business, you're the one that brings in all the receipts. You're the one that gives out all the money. We found out in high school, he started a business downtown Norway. When I saw him again, he was telling Mr. Grant, come in here. I'm going to take care of you. He had sneakers that was, what, $400, $500, $600. I said, who would buy these sneakers? He said, see, this is the business. And that's what he did. That's how good he was. But I'm telling you, all the younger people, young guys that says, right, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But you got to work at it. You got to put the price. Anything you do, there's a price you have to pay. But if you're willing to do it, you can get there. In closing, I'm going to tell you a little story about myself. You know, I was a kid that grew up in a family, mother and a father. They were very religious. Now, very religious. But my father was a guy that wasn't religious. And I had to live between those two. But my father had a business, and it was like a poultry farm. But I always liked that because I wanted to do things to get an education and make things happen. When I see young people here, you can do it. I'm also here in the city of Rahway, a councilman, that I work with people. And I've been doing it over 20 years. And I tell people, I've been working in the 4th Ward and it's a minority. The ward is basically minorities, African Americans. And I really tell them, I'm here for you, to work and to do things for you. And I'll always remember that, because my dad told me a story about when he was younger, working in Georgia. What he was doing was farming. And when he was farming, he had bales, they had gin cotton. And when he had gin cotton, he went to the mill. When they went to the mill, the man told him that he had gin 4 bales of cotton. He said he had 5 bales. And the people, and we called them then white people, took it away and only gave him 4. And he said at that particular time, he didn't like that idea. But what had happened the next day, they poisoned his mule. Couldn't work. So he had to come north. And he told me that story, and he said to me, as long as you get an education and you see what goes on with people, and you see that they treat your people, meaning Black people, incorrectly, and you don't say anything about it, just as bad as they are. Don't speak up. You have an opportunity, so some of you, like people would tell you, you're going to be something. God's the creator. He's the one that says it's doomed for you to be whomever you are. But you have to work at it and do good. Now I'm going to give it back because I got to go see my sister by 2 o'clock because my sister has cancer. And out of 8 of us, we're the only 2 left. So I want to say to her, what do you do? But God's too wise to make a mistake. He's too wise to make a mistake. And you have to believe in those things and believe us as African Americans. There has to be a God, because the way they treated our ancestors, they would have never made it to have me to stand and says, I'm okay. You're okay. So thank you.
He's also donated some gift cards and going to give them to some of the students as well. So thank you.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
always giving back and supporting.
These are gift cards. They're like $25 each. It's another thing that you get for going to a spa, and it cost me money. And you know what my dad used to tell me when I asked him for money? It took me a long time to make that money. So you know what? Don't waste it. Do good with it. And I say when I get, it says like money or whatever, you do that. God bless you.
Thank you. All right, the Sharing Network. Really quick, come up here, please. The Sharing Network. I just want her to say a little something. Again, if you haven't decided to sign up to be an organ donor, make sure you do that. And then I think, wait, but you can still come up. So what's happening right now was supposed to happen in very, I got flowers. Yes, I got flowers. Thank you, Miss. Can you take a picture, Mindy? Yes. Right here.
Yeah, take a picture of this. Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. You know what it says when, flowers and all? My mother was a good gardener, and she raised all kinds of things. And I do flowers now too. Flowers and gardening, right? But it says, I want you to smell the roses.
Beautiful.
Okay? Here you go.
Thank you.
See you later.
Last year you gave me this huge, beautiful plant. Thank you. So Pete, come in here, please. So I wanted to start the event today with the creed, but if you've ever run any type of event, it's a challenge. And like I told you, today is very, very challenging for me. But I wanted Pete to read the Mali Creed. And if you have donated on the back of all the shirts, we have new shirts where we have the creed on the back. This is something that Daryl, I believe, Scott, Daryl, I don't know who, we were all together on Saturdays. We put this together. We kind of asked all of Jamal's friends, what are some things that you did throughout your life? to support and motivate people. And this is what he said. So I'm going to pass the microphone over to Pete, who him and Renee, I want to give them a special shout out. That's my new North Carolina family. So if you can read this for us. Actually, you know what? Can everyone stand up? Because we're about to be leaving. We're about to leave, and I want you guys are going to repeat after him. All right? Here you go. So we're going to repeat. This is the Molly Creed. Are you ready? Okay, that was too weak. I said, are you ready? All right, let's go.
Okay, I will be legit.
I will be legit.
I will be a man of my word.
I will be a man of my
I
word.
will do the right thing.
I will do the right thing.
I will have good customer service.
I will have good customer service.
I will present myself correctly.
I will present myself
I
correctly.
will respect my money.
I will respect my money.
Take care of my family.
Take care of my family.
I will strive to do better.
I will strive to do better.
I will do things on time.
I will do things on
I
time.
will make smart decisions.
I will make smart decisions. Thank you, Pete. Those are for sale. Thank you very much. Those are the words of Jamal Mulligan. I never would have known. You have to see. Thank you. Like I said, when he was at home, he'd be running around like a wild child. They're like, boy, sit down. He's like, Mom, when I'm not home, I have to act like an adult. I have to be responsible. So I guess that was the responsible part of Jamal. So Sharing Network, come up here. I want them to speak really quickly. And again, I thank you all for support. Please eat up all the bagels back there. We do have some empanadas as well. But yes, Sharing Network. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of that before. Yes, no, no, no. Oh my gosh, you got a whole brand new audience. Here you go. Right here so we can see you right there on. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Everyone can hear me okay? All right, my name is Dawn Burke, and I'm from the New Jersey Sharing Network. I'm a volunteer and an advocate for the organization. Even in death, his son has left a legacy because he was an organ donor. So he left behind a legacy where today he's helping others live their best lives. And I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the New Jersey Sharing Network. Being an organ donor is something you can do to give back. You can sign up at your local DMV, just check the box when you are getting your driver's license, or I have literature on the table that you can take with you, that you can read up on the information about being an organ donor. I'd also like to say that if you do decide to be an organ donor, please discuss it with your family, so that this way, when Tina got the call, she hadn't realized that her son was an organ donor because he had checked the box. And that's a great legacy to leave behind. Today, I'm alive because of an organ donor. 4 years ago, I received a lung transplant. So I've become a certified advocate for the organization and sharing the word of becoming an organ and tissue donor. And so if you need any more information, please stop by the table and I'll be able to share the literature and information. And maybe you might want to also become a volunteer for the organization. We have two 5Ks coming up. One is in June. It's going to be down at the shore, the Ocean Grove. And we also have one in New Providence in May. I may have had the months mixed up, but it's an awesome way to come on out and just meet other donor families, as well as volunteers and other recipients. Thank you for your time.
Woo! Thank you. Some of you out there thinking, well, if I'm an organ donor, they're not going to help me if I'm dying. It's not true, because I used to do the same thing. Like if they see it, they're not going to save you because they want to keep your organs. It's not true. So become organ donors. All right. So before we have our keynote speaker, I want to bring up some young men. So if Desi can come in here, if Trent can come up here, if Christopher can come up here, these are some of the young men that are. Oh, we have little gift bags for you too. Renee got you guys gift bags. And this right here, you guys already spoke. So that's for you, from Mr. Brown. And that's for you, from Mr. Brown. Right here, Christopher. So Desi, you want to go first? Or Christopher? So I tell you how you say family, right? Mary Kim, who's out there with her son, Desi, he is Down syndrome. And she is just, can I say, a beacon of light. If you guys didn't know, I did a sneaker drive last year in honor of my son and my 50th birthday. I'm like, what can I do? So I collected 300 pairs of sneakers to send to Nigeria. Originally, it was going to be 100 pairs, And I just threw 100 out the window. It was like 100. And then I found a friend who's Nigerian. I said, do you know any schools there? And she said she actually did know a school. And I said, okay. So she got me in contact with the school. It's the Wanyika Foundation in Nigeria. And I spoke to the guy. We did a live. And I said, how many students are there? And he said, over 200. And I was like, wow, I only have 100 pairs of sneakers. So then someone like, we got to do 300. I'm like, where the heck did I get 300 pairs of sneakers from? And again, the same feeling I had 3 or 4 weeks ago, not wanting to do it. I just kind of thought I'd keep my mouth shut and people would forget that I said I was going to collect 100 pairs of sneakers. But you have those people that call you out, right? Someone called me out, Tina, what's going on? I don't hear you talking about the sneaker drive. I was like, I'm a little nervous. And he's like, you're giving back. Long story short, we collected the 300 pairs of sneakers, my daughter and myself. But you know, Tina always thinks big times 10. I need some help. When I say think big, I want to say times 10. Think big. That was too freaking weak. I said think big. One more time. Think big. Yes. So when we go to Nigeria, which we're going this June, my daughter and myself, not only do I want to give them a pair of sneakers, we have these cute little bags, and I think shirts will be good. So any leftover money is going for our scholarship program. And because of our keynote speaker, I told you I no longer live in New Jersey, so I don't have the program anymore. But I felt I had to give back. I had to continue to do something. So we're partnering up together, and I'll be giving him the scholarships while he works with the same kids, because it's just everyone working together. So with that being said, come all right, coming up, Mary Kim. This is one of my business associates. You know, what name, what title do you put on anything? But Desi also donated 10 pairs of sneakers, and he wrote a little letter for me as well. But if you can stand right here.
Oh, yes.
This is Mary Kim Martin.
Hi, everyone. So you meet Desi, he's out in the hallway. He wants to just sit by himself. But so he wrote this. He's very honored. So he doesn't verbally speak. He has a communication device, and he does hand over hand. So, but these are his. So I asked him when you asked about him coming. So he said, yes, I do. I am deserving of the gift. If you know Desi, my son's very confident. I am deserving of the gift because I gave my sneakers to other children in Molly's honor and legacy. I admire Molly because he did what he was supposed to do while here on earth. God has him doing great work for this world now. He is a big deal to God, and he is a leader like he was on earth, except now he's with God. He is going to be a king too soon. That is what God has for him. I am proud to receive this special gift. I will honor the legacy of your son now and always as long as I am here on earth. Please continue to honor your son. I told you he's writing something to you. Please continue to honor your son by doing good to others and don't beat yourself up for his death. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to read his handwriting. Please don't beat yourself up for his death. We all die and we all live. That is why we are here. Please, he wants you to live and he wants you to stop holding your life back. Take it and live it out loud. Legacy now resides in you. The legacy now resides in you. I love you, stars, Tina. I think that's,
What was he again?
10. He just turned 10. I know. He's beyond his years. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah, definitely. You do? You want to right now? He picked that shirt. I gave him a bunch of stuff that meant like what your son was doing, like a legacy and this, and then he picked that one. So game changer.
We want to see you, Desi. We want to see you, Desi. I love it. Oh my gosh, she is pretty amazing. Okay, I'm gonna have to go last. I pulled Renee up here because I see her over there just losing it. When I met Renee in North Carolina, I went to North Carolina for a job and I just kind of got stuck there. And I was personally training her at first. And I don't really go around telling people, my son died, this, that, and the other, you know, I don't look for that pity pitch. But she must have saw a video somewhere and she called me freaking out. Like, I'm like, what's wrong? You need sugar? You know, but she's like, no, I just saw your Instagram about your son. I'm so sorry. And she said she felt Molly. Do you want to share, Renee? Because she can't. She's very emotional. She said she felt he, I'm not going to say came through her, but brought her to me to help push me through. And can I say she's definitely always there. She makes me look good. She's amazing. So thank you, Renee. All right, with that being said, I like Trent. I see Trent when his mom is working out. This is for you, Trent. Trent plays basketball, football, a little bit of everything. Yes. Do you know why I'm giving that to you? Because you're pretty amazing. Your mom talks about you all the time. She is amazing. You're amazing. And I just want you to know you can do anything you want in life and so quick. All right. Now I want you to share with us not what you want to be, what you want to grow up. What do you want to be now? And why?
I want to be somebody who respects everybody. I'm going to carry on Jamal's legacy and what he does because I want to be the next Jamal.
Mindy, I need a picture. We need a picture right here, Mindy. That's all. A photo. Yes. Got it. Thank you, Mindy. All righty. You're doing a great job, Dee. You're doing a good job. Now, this next cat here, he's like, give me the microphone. I'm ready. Are you ready? All right. Okay, go for it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christopher Payne. Or CP, you call me CP. Or true name, Christopher Joseph Payne. And I'm so happy to be here. My mom's right there. I kind of got a little nervous, but today I wanted to be someone to show that violence isn't needed. Violence only causes destruction in this world. Just like, I'm going to turn into a little bit of history. As violence, you know how every time in Martin Luther King, some violences did wrong. The brown white people, the whites tried to attack the blacks. But remember how that violence came just because you don't think a person is, just because you don't think a person is unique, be careful. People can be dangerous. Some people.
Sorry, I got it. Go ahead. It's over there. Okay, over there. Woo! So why am I getting emotional? You're probably saying Jamal used to stutter so bad. When I say so bad, his sister and I would make fun of him in the worst way. He would whistle when he would like try to talk. It was so funny. I can't tell you all the speech places we took him, and it's just like the energy. Pass this to her for him, please.
I don't know what he's stuttering with, because normally he stutters. We like, she's asking what he's stuttering. I'm like, I have no clue that y'all.
All righty, so we're about to get ready for our keynote. With that being said, my young men in the front, open up your notebooks and pens. If you have not donated already, please make sure you donate. Wow. You never know how life's gonna turn you, right? And I always say, you're in the right place at the right time. Sometimes people look for huge numbers. Like I've been doing events for years and years, and it's not the quantity, it's the quality. And I feel the love, I feel the support. Again, I thank you, and thank you again. Whew. Are you finished, Christopher? Yeah. All right, you got your baggie of goodies. All right, so yes, I'm super excited to be partnering up with this person. Remember when I first met him? Low key, I was a little jealous / upset because he was at the middle school there doing his thing. This was, how many years were you there? 2-3 years ago? And I was like kind of on the downslope with the program because when I first started my program, it was like, and then he started at the middle school, or is it called the middle school? 7th and 8th grade. That's a lot for the tongue. 7th and 8th grade academy. So he's starting a program, and this is the launch of the program. So we went to the middle school, and like the principal told me, I saw her the other day, she said it's very hard to get the children that need the program to get the program. So we have our very own motivational speakers. So young men, put the candy down, take your pen and paper out, because we have an amazing speaker coming up. Come on up here. Make some noise!
Come on, can we give Miss Wilson a hand clap of applause? Come on, you can do better than that. Let's get some exercise. Come on, let's give Miss Wilson and her daughter a hand clap. Come on, you can do a little bit better than that. Come on, 5 more seconds. Let's get the blood flowing. Get some exercise. I surprised you. You didn't think I was going to do this. Come on. 5 more seconds. You can take this seat. I promise. Come on. You may be seated. You may be seated. And great afternoon to all of you. We just need to continue to encourage her. Amen. Amen. To encourage you as you continue to make beauty from ashes, as you continue to remove the spirit of heaviness and you put on a garment of praise. All right, let's give them another hand clap of applause. It's so great to be here. I will not be before you long. A couple of things I want to do is I'm going to vacillate between being a preacher, and I'll talk to you a little bit later, and being me. Is that okay? Is that okay? Y'all can talk back to me if you can. All right. First, I need to go through a little bit of a protocol to Mayor Jacoby in his absence and his lovely wife, Mrs. Jacoby. Let's give them a hand clap. To Councilman David Brown, let's give him a hand clap. To the president of the NAACP Broadway branch, Miss Lori Kaufman Esquire in her absence. To Miss Nija Allen, I thought I saw her. She serves on the City of Broadway Social Justice Commission with myself, and I chair that commission. And I hope you can hear me way in the back. If you can, give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And she also serves on the Broadway Board of Education. Give her a hand clap of applause. I see 2 of my members of the church that I pastor. I see Mrs. Paula Braxton. Give her a hand clap. Former principal of Broadway High School. And I see my other beautiful member, Miss Dolores Franklin. Give her a hand clap of applause. God bless you. To my beautiful wife, Chantel Robinson, the lady in red. Give her a hand clap. She is the bestest part of me. The bestest part of me. Y'all can say, "Aw." Yeah, y'all getting it now. Y'all can say, "Aw." Got some smile. To the Broadway Jerseyers. The Broadway Jerseyers. The Barbershop Quartet. To all of you vendors, let's give the vendors a hand clap. To everybody here at Broadway Senior Citizen Center who made it possible and opened up their doors, let's give them a hand clap right where you are. And to everybody under the sound of my voice, can y'all say, "Hey, y'all"? Hey, y'all. All right, it's great to be here. Great afternoon. Before I get started, I'm going to do something interactive. I'm looking right over there. I'm doing something interactive. I want to break the ice a little bit. I come bearing gifts. Can y'all say gifts? Yes. Yeah, that's good, right? We're going to give preference to our young scholars. But if they cannot answer the question, we're going to go to the senior center, to the young adults. All right? Since we are in Black history, are y'all with me? All right, if we are in Black history, we are. Here it is. The first question, trivia question. Here it is. Who is the first comedian? The first comedian who has a contract with Nike? Yes, name, quick. Who's the comedian? Y'all can look at your phone. I didn't say you couldn't. Come on, Black history. Come on. Yes. Kevin Hart. Yes, yes. Kevin Hart. Y'all just learned something, right? Y'all just learned something. Second question. Yeah, he has a contract with Nike. Second question. All right. Who is the famous boxer who just celebrated his 46th birthday on yesterday, and he fights tonight. Who? Who boxer? Young Scholars, come on. The longer y'all stall, the longer I'm gonna be here. You said Archie Moore? Is that what you said? Archie Moore. Who's Archie Moore? It's Floyd Mayweather. Archie Moore. My Lord. All right, who's the last one? The last question. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Who leads the NBA in assists? John Stockton. Is that what I heard? John Stockton retired. Yes. No. I'll give you a hint. Come on, y'all. Come on. This week he went to Michigan State, and this is big man. And he donated the Snickers. He opened up a GoFundMe account. John Moran. No, he's like number 6. I know. Come on, you ain't gonna get him. Now, y'all, come on. Let me go this side. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no, not George Bull. Oh, look at the phone. No. Who is it? No, not John Stockton. Who said John? Who said Harden? I think I heard this one. That's the answer. 10.7 is it. Come on, get y'all hands up with blood. Y'all learned something. All right. Let's go 0 to 100 real quick. I need your attention. Ready? Let's go 0 to 100 real quick. I need these young scholars up here to say, I can. Y'all ain't told me loud enough. Say, I can. Come on, louder. I can. Come on, man. Give me something. I like them sneakers. I need a pair of sneakers. I like them sneakers. Come on, I can. I will. I must. Come on, talk back to me. I can. I will. I must. One more time, we going. I can. I will. I must. Thank you so much. For the time that's mine, I want to talk about daring to be different. Daring to be different. Y'all got that? Daring to be different. About a year ago, I went to, my granddad used to say McDonald's. And he'd say McDonald's. Y'all know about that. McDonald's. Anybody like McDonald's? Who likes Burger King more? No? McDonald's better than Burger King? So about a year ago, I went to the drive-thru. This is a true story. And I ordered me a quarter pounder. I sure did. Ordered me a quarter pounder. No cheese, because I don't like cheese. Don't throw me out. I don't like macaroni and cheese. Don't throw me out. Pray for me. I know. I'm different. Thank you. Pray for me. You know where to pray for me. So my point is, I went to McDonald's, went to the drive-thru, ordered me a quarter pounder, no cheese, extra onions. I got the frown on this side. Pickles, large fry with no salt. I got that from my beautiful wife because she taught me a secret, y'all, that if you really want hot fries, you order them without salt. And you tell them to bring the salt to you in the package. And I ordered me a large orange soda. You with me, bro? So I went to the drive-thru. I did that. So the drive-thru young scholar told me, got your order. You got to pull over to the side. You got to chill out for a while. Y'all with me? Yeah. So I'm on the side of my car. I'm getting impatient. See where I'm going? I'm getting impatient, and I start texting people. And lo and behold, I'm looking. I see all these cars going through the drive-thru. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different cars. They flying by me. I'm like, what in the world is going on? McDonald's is supposed to be fast food. So I started getting upset. Yep, pastor was getting upset. The The Bible says, angry but do not sin. That's your scripture for the day. So I got out of my car, I banged on the drive-through window. I said, I got to see me a manager. Where the manager at? Where the manager at? Manager came out. I said, look, I've been here about 15 minutes. Where is my food? Manager told me, sir, get back in your car. I said, you talking to me? Get back in your car. Here's the point. He said, what they got is just a normal order. They got a normal request. My request is special. My request is specific. So my special request, you can run around right there and get your shout on. I see you getting ready to run. Hallelujah. Since what I ordered, since what I want is special, what I want is specific, it's going to take a little bit more time. Young scholars, what you want in life, it may take a little bit more time. You're going to need some patience. That's the point of being different. You didn't see me coming. We need some patience, right? Anybody here impatient? Oh, so I need to stay here on this point for a little bit. We need some patience, right? Can y'all say amen or yes? You talking to me? It's worth the wait, y'all. What you want in life is worth the wait. But you have to be patient. And you have to wait well. You just can't wait and be feeling some kind of way. You can't wait and be mad at everybody. You can't wait and just wreck your life. Am I talking good? You gotta wait well. You gotta have some patience, because if you say, and I'm vacillating between preacher and Marty, you know, what God has for me is for me. But sometimes it takes longer. There's certain things that come quicker, and there's certain things that take a long time. There's something that you are waiting for that nobody else is going to get, and it's going to take longer. It won't be long. It won't be long. Just tell yourself it won't be long. Everybody in here is waiting for something, whether it's an answered prayer, whether it's a job, whether it's a boyfriend or girlfriend. Look straight ahead. Look straight ahead. Whether it's some money. Come on, somebody. Whether it's a new car. Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? Whether it's great news. And patience takes time. And here's another news flash if you're taking notes. Greatness requires patience. Greatness requires patience. That's tweetable. Hallelujah. But most of us, we want what we want, and we want it right now, right? Don't we? We want it right now. We have what? Instant gratification.